अदी गोदरेज, जन्म 3 अप्रैल 1942 मुंबई। 1957 तक सेंट जेवियर स्कूल मुंबई में शिक्षा। 1959 तक सेंट जेवियर्स कॉलेज मुंबई में पढ़ाई। 1963 तक मैसाचुसेट्स इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी में उच्च शिक्षा। 1963 में ही गोदरेज सोप्स में डायरेक्टर के तौर पर शामिल। 1967 परमेश्वर मंडेर के साथ विवाह। 1 नवंबर 1979 से गोदरेज ग्रुप के मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर।
हमारी समाजवादी आर्थिक नीतियों की वजह से भारतीय उद्योग पे पिछले 50 सालों में इतनी रोक लगी हुई थी कि बहुत कम ऐसे नाम हैं जिनको हाउस होल्ड या हर घर में पहचाने जाने वाले नाम कहा जा सकता है। लेकिन गोदरेज एक ऐसा नाम है जो गांव के कच्चे मकानों से लेकर शहरों के आलीशान बंगलों तक हाउस होल्ड नाम माना जाता है। हमने आदि गोदरेज के साथ मुंबई में एक दिन बिताया।
I feel very uncomfortable if I don't exercise. Even if I'm in a winter in some place, I'll just jog in the room or something. I need just stand and jog or something. I need to do exercise. I've been fond of sports ever since I was young. But it's been different things. When I was young, I used to ride and play tennis. Then at university in America, I used to sail, play squash. And then when I got back, I got into different things. Water skiing, I used to parachute.
You need the Chyawanprash to give him extra energy.
You know who put me onto this? Deepak Chopra, when we went to see him. He said it's very good preventive for all sorts of things, like even simple colds, any infection.
Is it a big bore for you that you have to travel such long distances? The fact that Bombay has become such an inconvenient city to work in because of the 2 hours that you waste.
It is, but I don't waste them because I carry my briefcase with me in the car. So I have my paperwork in the car. And now that we have the mobile phone, it's not so bad.
So it's like a mobile office.
A little bit, yeah. So the time I would spend at a desk normally, I spend in the car.
And then when you're at the office, you do actual real work, meeting people and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, spend some time on the computer.
गोदरेज नाम सिर्फ बिजनेस की बातों में नहीं सुनने में आता है, मुंबई की अखबारों के गॉसिप कॉलम्स में भी अक्सर दिखता है। और इसका श्रेय जाता है आदि की पत्नी परमेश्वर को, जिनकी पार्टियां और स्टाइल मशहूर हैं।
We met at a party when we were both very young. She was 17 and I was 21. I just returned from university in America. We met at a party. Her father was an army officer posted in Bombay at that time. And then we weren't close friends for a while after we met. We had a couple of common friends. A friend of friends of her brothers who were also friends of mine. And we used to meet occasionally at parties. And something clicked between us about a year after we first met.
Because she is, without question, the most glamorous sort of figure. She's done a lot for the Godrej name. No? She's taken the stodginess out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you agree with that?
Yes. But, well, a lot of people associate her with glamour, but she's a hard-headed businesswoman. She does our advertising. She's run businesses of her own in interior decoration. She started off in the rag trade when she was young. She's made money in her own right. She's handled the Godrej Properties business, put a lot of elan into it. She's handled our advertising for many years, off and on. During the P&G joint venture, she didn't, and then again she's been doing some work in it. So she has tremendous business sense, besides her sense of style and elegance.
आदि गोदरेज का घर, उनके रहन सहन में रईसों का अंदाज अब तो साफ दिखता है, लेकिन ये अंदाज गोदरेज परिवार के लिए नई चीज है।
We didn't have a very luxurious lifestyle. I remember when I was in school, there were two options of uniform. The color was the same, but you could have a rough sort of khadi cloth or a I think it was an imported English cloth. My mother very clearly said I must use the cheaper one. Just as an example, I used to go to school by bus. When I went to America to study, I got the basic Reserve Bank allowance that was allowed, but that was just enough to keep body and soul together. So if I had to do anything extra, I had to work, earn it. I worked one summer at a national park where I did all sorts of things like washing dishes, collecting garbage, serving at tables. So I grew up without any ostentation.
But wasn't Godrej already a household name by then?
It was, but I thought also the family style was a bit quiet. And my mother, particularly, who was a professional teacher, was very particular that we grow up normal and grow up with other kids. And she would encourage me, like when I was 15, when I finished school, after the final exams in school, with a few friends, we traveled all around India by the third-class train in those days at a low budget.
But were you never made to feel that you were something special with the Godrej name?
That I realized. I mean, any intelligent person would see that the brand was well known, but no ostentation behind it.
Wouldn't it be a bit like sort of growing up with the name Hoover in America to have the name Godrej?
Yes,
you know, something that is really such a well-known brand name that it becomes bigger than your own name. That didn't ever sort of, you know, make you feel that you were special or...
No, I think I always had my feet on the ground.
And your children, do they sort of get...
I think they've grown up in a different era. In a more globalized era. They've traveled much more. They have international friends. Lifestyles have evolved in India also. People spend more money. There are five-star hotels now. There are discotheques. So they've grown up a little different from what we grew up as kids.
Did you ever make your children try and grow up the way you did?
In some ways. When my daughter Tanya used to go when she was in school in England for her A-levels and then in university, she always used to travel economy class. We used to. So they've been put through a bit of the feeling that just because they are born rich doesn't mean that they should be very spoiled at a young age, and sort of a feeling that they should earn their own keep. But they've also had a much sort of richer lifestyle than I remember when I was a kid.
गोदरेज ग्रुप की शुरुआत आदि गोदरेज के दादा के बड़े भाई ने की। वो नासिक में खेती बाड़ी करते थे और खेती के साथ साथ उनको आविष्कार करने का शौक भी था। नए किस्म के साबुन बनाए, ताले बनाए, फिर उसके बाद बनी गोदरेज सेफ्स, जिनकी शोहरत मुंबई में 1943 में हुए एक विस्फोट के बाद फैलने लगी।
My grandfather and his elder brother founded the business. His elder brother started it about 100 years ago, making locks. And then he got into a lot of businesses, such as biscuits and inks, and he grew grapes and soya beans.
Here in Bombay?
No, in Nasik. The farms were in Nasik. Some of the businesses succeeded, some didn't. Then he a little later went into manufacturing soaps for the first time in the world from vegetable oil. Soap was always made from animal tallow.
How did he do so many different things?
He was a bit of an inventor. He was a lawyer by profession, an inventor by hobby, I would say, then went into business. And my grandfather was much younger than he and joined him as he grew up in business. My grandfather's elder brother left a lot of the businesses to charity. He was a great friend of Gandhiji's and Tagore's and Tilak's, and was very austere in his thinking, had a great participation in the freedom movement, Swadeshi movement. And then my grandfather had to buy the business back from the charities. He left it too.
See.
And my grandfather then built the business. He was very focused on on business.
Who invented the Godrej Almari?
It came along. The locks were the ones that came first. The safes had a lot of patents. We had a lot of patents for our safe system. We got a big boost in our business when there was a big dock explosion in Bombay, I think, during the war. I think it was 1943, if I'm not mistaken. And most of the European safes, all the contents got burned, charred. All the contents in the Godrej safes were perfectly all right. Yeah.
But it must have been very hard to compete with the Europeans at that point.
It was very difficult, not just the competition, but we were boycotted by the British. The British government wouldn't buy, the Reserve Bank in those days wouldn't buy, because my uncle was a very active participant in the freedom movement.
He was a nationalist. Yeah. आदि गोदरेज को गर्व है कि उनका परिवार पूरी तरह से आज़ादी की लड़ाई में शरीक था, बावजूद इसके कि उनको इस शिरकत की वजह से अंग्रेज हुकूमत ने काफ़ी तकलीफ दी। हमने उनसे पूछा कि उनके ख्याल में स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन का सपना क्यों पूरा नहीं हुआ, तो उन्होंने समाजवादी विचारधारा को दोष दिया। It's all very disappointing now, isn't it, that we went all that way and then suddenly...
You mean we've lost the idealism?
We've lost the dream.
Yes, but I think that's because we've run the way we've run the country. I think those years, those 25 years of die-hard socialism ruined the country. And I think it's beginning to improve, and I think it will improve. But we need a free enterprise system to motivate our people, to get our people moving. We need achievements. We need the country getting ahead. We need to see success stories. We need to build success stories. And I think it's happening. I think in 20 years' time, we'll see a very, very different India.
गोदरेज ग्रुप के हेडक्वार्टर और फैक्ट्रियां मुंबई के विक्रोली में हैं। यहाँ कॉकरोच और मच्छर मारने की दवाइयों से लेकर उनके नए फ्रिज, सेफ, अलमारियां वगैरह भी बनती हैं। 30 साल पहले जब अडी गोदरेज डायरेक्टर बनकर अपने खानदानी बिजनेस में शामिल हुए तो कंपनी का टर्नओवर 10 करोड़ रुपया था। अब हजारों करोड़ का है और अडी को हाल में दुनिया की सबसे जानी मानी बिजनेस मैगजीन फोर्ब्स ने भारत के 4 अरबपतियों में गिना।
Well, when I joined in 1963, our group was relatively small. The turnover was about 10 crore. Of course, 10 crore then was much more than 10 crore is today. And things were quite buoyant then in the early 60s. We felt things would move in India. But then in the 70s and 80s, with large doses of socialism coming in, industrial licensing, things became very difficult.
एक तरफ तो हमारे उद्योगपति कहते हैं कि हमारी समाजवादी आर्थिक नीतियों ने भारतीयों को अमीर नहीं बनने दिया। दूसरी तरफ अडी गोदरेज जैसे लोग दुनिया के सबसे अमीर लोगों में गिने जा रहे हैं।
Well, rich is a very relative term. If you looked at the 70s and if you looked at the wealth of the wealthy Indians, it was nothing compared to wealthy people in Europe, America. If you look at it today, after taxation has been brought down, after the stock market has been opened up, yes, there are truly rich people in India today. Of course, there were rich people in India until the 50s, when taxation was low, when there was economic freedom. Many of them lost their wealth in the 60s and 70s with the heavy doses of taxation, lack of economic development.
How did Godrej survive? They say you're a billionaire.
Well, I think we did well because we remained private. We decided to reinvest all our profits into the company. We distributed very meager dividends, so therefore we didn't get caught into the ridiculously high tax levels. The money stayed in the company, and the companies grew with the profits being plowed back.
Are you a billionaire?
Well, that depends on accounting terms. It's a matter of what you count and what you don't. And well, we have we own large percentages of our company. They're doing well. So with the taxation, the level it is, we've done much better in the 90s than we did in the earlier decades.
दिल्ली में अब एक नई सरकार है जिसके हाथ में देश की अर्थनीति की बागडोर है। तो क्या वही गलतियां होंगी जिनकी वजह से भारत अभी भी एक गरीब देश है कि हम एक नई दिशा की उम्मीद रख सकते हैं? हमने अडी गोदरेज से पूछा कि नई सरकार को कौन से कदम एकदम उठाने चाहिए।
Well, I think it's all in the national agenda. If he follows the national agenda as it's been brought out, privatizing the public sector, facilitating foreign investment into the infrastructure sector, liberalizing insurance, provident fund, and such areas where the savings rate could go up. It's all there in the agenda. It has to be implemented.
And when it comes to the implementation, do you think that it's the bureaucracy that has in many ways been the main blocking factor?
To a certain extent, but I think it's lack of political will. Whenever there is an opposition to something that is difficult, I think Indian politicians tend to give in, as politicians do all over the world. We need more statesmen. Statesmen resist the popular will when it is wrong. Politicians don't.
गोदरेज परिवार की एक खूबी शुरू से ये रही है कि वो अपनी बेटियों को भी बिजनेस में हिस्सा लेने का मौका देते हैं। लंच के वक्त तानिया गोदरेज से इसके बारे में हमारी बात हुई।
If I'd chosen to do something else, it would have been fine. I wanted to work here, so I did. And to that extent, I suppose I'm very lucky because I see a lot of Indian women don't get that opportunity. They're not treated sort of on par with the male. Today I know that if I have the capability and if I have the desire, I could be anything I wanted to be within the group. I would get full support.
It wouldn't be that your brother would get.
No, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be the case. Of course, if I was qualified for the job and if I wanted it.
It's a chalk. Sell for 10 rupees. It's a chalk. If you draw a line in your kitchen or bathroom, and then you tear off as you then if the cockroach crosses it. We breed mosquitoes, cockroaches, flies here for
What, here?
Yes, on the other side.
Really?
We breed them. Yeah, because we need them for experiments.
So you breed them to kill them? Huh? नई सरकार की आर्थिक नीतियों से एक पुराना शब्द आजकल बहुत जोड़ा जा रहा है, स्वदेशी। इस शब्द से कई भारतीय उद्योगपति काफी खुश हैं, ये समझकर कि उनकी अहमियत विदेशी कंपनियों से ज्यादा होगी और उनसे मुकाबला करने की जरूरत कम।
If Swadeshi means that India will be built by Indians, I am all for it, because there's only so much foreign investment can do. It's welcome. We need to use it. We need to use it wisely. And India will have to be built by Indians. But if Swadeshi means that we are going to sort of separate ourselves from the rest of the world, then that's very dangerous. It's a global economy, and we can't afford to separate ourselves from the rest of the world. In fact, we have to integrate more and more.
From the point of view of the Indian consumer, he feels that shoddy goods have been dumped on him, and that he's sick of all this nonsense, and he'd rather buy the foreign goods that are much better quality. On the other hand, Indian businessmen have their own defense and say they weren't allowed to produce better. Where do you stand in this?
Well, I think there is something to both. I think, first of all, it should be an open world. So the consumer should be king. And there were serious problems Indian business faced. We weren't allowed to import the machinery which we required. We weren't allowed to bring in the raw materials one required. You were not allowed to bring the engineering, design that you needed. Now everything is freed. So our competitive situation has also improved. But there are still many factors in the financial world, with the Companies Act, with various restrictions Indian business still operated.
For instance?
For example, if a foreign company were to invest 51% in almost any Indian company, it's automatic. It takes 2 days to register with the Reserve Bank. If an Indian company were to do the same with another Indian company, invest more than 51%, you need central government permission, which takes 6 months. So you're at a disadvantage. Foreign companies can buy their own shares. Indian companies are still not permitted to do that because the Companies Act hasn't been amended. The Companies Act is archaic. There has been an amendment which has been agreed to by all concerned. It's just not yet passed in Parliament.
पिछले 50 सालों में हमारे राजनेताओं ने समाजवादी विचारधारा पे इतना जोर दिया है कि हम सब में उसका कुछ ना कुछ असर दिखता है। चाहे यही बात ही ले लो कि हमारे बुद्धिजीवी हमारी फिल्में और आम जनता भी देश की गरीबी के लिए आदि गोदरेज जैसे उद्योगपतियों को जिम्मेवार ठहराते हैं। Do you ever feel guilty as a very rich man when you see the level of poverty, when you see children in the streets begging barefoot, that sort of thing?
I don't feel guilty because I don't think I have created the poverty. So I don't feel guilty. But I do feel very concerned. And I do ponder and wonder why we had to get the country into this state when it could have been extremely different. So I think one gets inured a little bit to what's around you. You've lived with it all your life. It's not like an American dropping in from the middle of Chicago into an Indian village and suddenly getting totally upset. We know what's going on. We know why it has happened. So I certainly don't feel guilty, but I'd like to do something to redress it.
जो दिन शुरू हुआ जुहू बीच पे घुड़सवारी के साथ, उस दिन के बाकी हिस्से में सिर्फ काम होता है। आदि गोदरेज सुबह के 8 बजे से लेकर रात के 7 बजे तक काम करते हैं और मानते हैं कि इस योगदान के बिना इतना बड़ा कारोबार चलाना मुश्किल है।
I think in 20 years there will not be poverty as we know it today in India. I think Indian companies are getting large, strong. I see in 20 years' time at least 20 Indian companies which will be multinationals operating globally. So I am very confident of the future. My only regret is I'm going to be too old then.